What colours do you like to wear and what are they saying about you? That's what we'll be talking about in today's video, so stick around to find out. Hello, my name is Sarah. I am the style coach. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are a subscriber. My channel is all about style and personal development. Today I'll be discussing colour psychology. It plays a really important part in our daily lives, whether we realise it or not. Having a general understanding of it means that you can use it to your advantage. It's worth noting that colour can be, of course, interpreted in many different ways, particularly because of cultural influences. In some cultures, white, for example, might be a symbol of purity, of innocence, while in other cultures it may be a colour that you wear at funerals, so it's quite somber. For many colours, there is a universal meaning. So let's dive in and take a look at how colours are used and what they're saying about you. I think it's really worthwhile pointing out, before we get stuck into colours and their meanings, that colour theory, I believe, is sometimes oversimplified. The information I'm going to give you today is very generalised in terms of pink, blue, green. For example, this bright pink jacket can mean something very different to, for example, this very soft pink. The intensity or the chroma of the colour, I believe, also changes meaning and interpretations. Let me know if you agree with that. Do you read something different from this bright pink to this soft pink? I'd love to know in the comments below. Since I'm wearing pink today, let's start off with that. So pink often conveys feelings of happiness, of nurturing, of playfulness. Depending on where you're going on a day, maybe it's for a lunch or a date perhaps, that colour is going to evoke certain emotions both in yourself and the people that you are with. This is not a conscious thing, this is a subconscious thing. We are not aware of it, but the colours are sending us subliminal messages, so it influences how we feel and how others perceive us. If you're setting up a business, you might be thinking of branding your business with a pink colour. Perhaps it's a creche for children, so pink could be really on brand for you because it has that feelings of nurturing, of playfulness, of happiness. Moving on to blue now, and let's include turquoise in this. These colours are often associated with healing, with calmness, and so they're perfect maybe if you are opening a spa or some sort of healing therapy. It could also be really helpful if you are taking an exam or a driving test, for example. So if you want to calm yourself, if you want to lower the heart rate, you may choose blue as a colour to help you create that feeling of tranquility. Blue is also a colour of dependability. If you're going for an interview, perhaps a good solid navy suit is going to be perfect to represent how loyal and dependable you are going to be for that company. Moving on to one of my favourite colours, green. It is a colour that conveys fertility, new life, environment, health. We often see it in symbols for veganism, for environmental projects, and anything to do with the earth really. But also remember, green with envy. So colours can also have a negative connotation, so it's worth remembering that as well. If yellow is one of your favourite colours, then this is what it means for you. Yellow is often seen as a bright and energetic colour. It is one of those warm colours that can increase the heart rate. So if you're feeling a little bit sluggish, yellow could be a colour that you could wear to bring invigoration to yourself and a renewed sense of energy. It's perhaps not the best colour to have in a bedroom, for example, because it increases the heart rate. You don't want to have that feeling of high energy when you're heading to bed. So really, colour placement is going to be really important. If you are a fan of purple, you are conveying a sense of wealth. This goes back to a long time ago when the purple colour was a difficult thing to get a hold of, and only people who were very wealthy could afford that dye that was used to colour fabric. And so anybody who wore the colour purple was thought to be very wealthy. So it often has associations with luxury and ambition. So having touches around your office, for example, could be a good way to increase your sense of ambition and motivation. Red is one of those fiery colours with lots of warmth, and it often conveys feelings of passion and romance, but it can also convey anger. So depending on where you wear it, how you wear it, and what situations, if you're confronting somebody and you're wearing red, you're ready for a fight. However, if it's Valentine's Day and you're wearing red, you are ready for romance. Orange is also an incredibly warm colour, and it has a close association with red. So it's still fiery, it still conveys passion and flamboyancy. However, it has that element of the yellow in it, which softens it a little and brings a little bit more cheerfulness to it than red on its own. But in a survey, when people were asked, what colours do you think represent cheapness? Orange came out as number one. Orange also evokes feelings of creativity and restlessness. If you are an artist, you might benefit from having orange around you in some way to invigorate you and to stimulate those creative juices. Getting into more neutral colours now, brown is often associated with friendliness and longevity. So this could be a good colour to have as part of your clothes for an interview, for example. However, some people might perceive this as a little bit boring. How do you see it? Black is a colour that I think everybody has in their wardrobe, and it would be interesting to find out what black symbolises for you and how it makes you feel when you wear it. It's often associated with authority, with class, with sophistication, but it can also symbolise death in some cultures, and it can lower the mood, it can make you feel more somber. Similar to blue, grey can symbolise intelligence and loyalty. Another good colour perhaps for an interview. Silver is seen as glamorous and sleek, while gold is a symbol of wisdom and prosperity. I think the most important thing to understand here is how colour makes you feel as an individual. I did a colour analysis for a client recently, and when I showed her the final colour palette, the words she used were, "I can breathe when I look at that." And I think that's the most important thing, is that when you see colours, that they allow you a sense of calmness, that they represent you and your personality. Secondary to that is how other people perceive colours. Some people might look at my jacket and think, whoa, that's too loud. But they might also think that, wow, she's a really confident person to be able to wear that. So it's worth taking into consideration the environment you are wearing your colours and how they are being perceived. That's it for today's video. I do hope you enjoyed that little bit of colour psychology today. If you enjoyed it or learned something new, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Take care.